Welcome to Gigi's.
All right, we're going to get into the second hive and see what we got. Got the smoker going. I smoked them a little bit. This is a little bit bigger colony. There's a lot of bees, so maybe this will help get them out of the way. If I can keep it lit. On top and not what's getting into the box. All right, like I said, this one's a lot stronger hive. I already see a bunch of bees at the top. And a squished bee there. Get that out of the way. Yeah, they've got something stuck here. Yeah. We'll get a bunch of bees on top, which is fine. You want to see them moving around and building up all over the boxes. Get the squish bees off of there. Okay. All right, a little bit of propolis sealing it off a little bit. All right, this is the box where they built the crazy comb, and I still have that issue. So I am going to scrape it off this time and hopefully get them going the correct way. Or the correct way for our purposes, not theirs. All right, let's see what we got. Very hard to get this first frame out. All right, they are on it. So that means they're fixing to start building on it. You can see they're working it. Let's see. Yeah. That's good to see. That's good to see. That means they are going to begin adding some comb to this, it looks like. I'll set that down right there. Let them get busy with it. A lot of bees in the box. So that means they've really adjusted to this new box that I put on here, and hopefully we'll get it going pretty soon. Same thing with this frame. We've got bees on it. I haven't done anything with it yet. They're getting there. This hive is just so many more bees than our first hive. But that first hive will get there. Let me slide that back down in there easy. Try to get away with this time with not squishing so many bees. Hey, hitchhiker. All right, now the next one. Yep, same thing. They're just getting to it. Got a little bit here started out. So that looks good. Let me show you a little bit more close. You can see they're starting to build on it. Make it where they have a lot of honey coming in, and a lot of nectar coming in to make honey, rather. All right, now the next frame, kind of similar to the other one, but I do see where they've connected these frames with comb. So this is a frame that I'm probably gonna have to scrape, and I'll have to start over. Hate to do that to them. But when these are full of honey, this will be a problem because I won't be able to get them out. Yeah, I'm having trouble with it right now. And there's hardly anything on it. So I can pry this apart and pull it up. Yeah. They've thoroughly Barely got it done. Yeah, this one's heavier. And we've got drone comb full of nectar and a bunch of bees. So that's another comb full of nectar and a bunch of bees. And when you flip it over, it's going to be this wonky comb. So I'm going to scrape that down and hopefully get them to start over. And get that off the top as well. Well, actually, it's the bottom, so it'll be on the top of the bottom box. So I'm going to slide this over here. And drop my hive tool. Get it. Alright, let's see if I can set this off to the side here a little bit. Off of there. Just set it to the side. I'll put it in my bowl and get it back inside. And set this down. I'm gonna need y'all to move. Get this off. Alright. Yeah, they don't realize when they do this how difficult they make it for us, but they're not in it for us. They're doing what they know to do best. And it's actually a very pretty comb. Very pretty. Alright, let's see. I don't know how the best way to do this is. Maybe set it up like that. What I'm going to do, I hate for them to have to waste all that they've built. I'm just going to squish it into the frame. See what that does. Look at all that nectar. I would love to taste that. Love to taste that. That's a lot. A lot. And then this piece down here doesn't look too bad. It's actually on the frame, so maybe that'll help them out. I'm just going to do like that. Maybe they can clean that up. Yeah. Okay. And this side looks good, so I'm not going to mess with that side. Alright, so back in you go. You can do this real carefully. Get it back in there. But that comb on the bottom, on the top of the bottom box frames, that was attached to these. So when I get to the bottom box, I'm going to have to do some cleanup there as well. Let's see if I can get these two separated. It's strange, they did it on just about every one of these frames, which tells me in a little bit that maybe I didn't get the wax on the frame evenly when I was waxing my frames. It's like they picked the spot where there was wax and went to working on that and left the rest. And that's my fault. Yeah, this one's that thick piece attached. All right. Both sides have some crazy comb. I'm up closer and show you. So we got all of that, and if you can look at it from the side view, that's how thick it is. Which That's capped honey, so I'm not going to mess with that. But I am going to get this off the ends. And then this piece here that was attached to the other frame, I'm gonna clean that up. And the other side is pretty much the same thing. I've got a long piece of comb, wonky comb, and a shorter piece that I need to clean up. The rest of this can stay. All right. So. These are storing it looks like. And I just interrupted them, but maybe they'll get it where it needs to be. So I'm just going to squish this one down. Oh, I hate to do that. That is just golden right there. Let's see if I can get it back to them. Squishing it in there. Okay. And I'm gonna flip it. Oh, wasting it. Good grief. That's a lot of nectar. They worked hard to gather that. Visited a lot of flowers. Visited a lot of flowers. Okay. Whew. All right, I think this was going, I can't remember which way this goes. This goes like this. I'm trying to put it back in there the same way it came out so that when I push the frames together, it'll fit with that thick comb that they built. All right, and then this one. Don't really see any on the top. Move them along so I can get it out of the way. Yeah, this one's got the same thing. Goodness gracious, ladies. Why y'all do that to me? Alright, I'm just going to set this here. That way whatever drips will go back in the box. Just squish it down to where maybe they'll start it again. Stirring them up, messing with their hard work. Whoop, that piece just fell in there. So that'll get cleaned up. These out of it. Okay. Move along, move along. Alright, I think that'll help them out. I don't know. We shall see. And then the other side looks the same. Got a lot of that wonky comb. I don't really want to smoke this area too much because I don't want the honey to taste like the smoke, and it will if it's smoked too much. So I'm just kind of blowing a little bit, trying to get them out of the way. All right, and then the next frame, more of the same, but not as bad. I'll just push this off the sides. Out of the way. Okay. Looks like I got frames stuck together. Yep. Girls. Y'all should not have done that. All right, this one is pretty heavy. That's a lot of nectar. That is a lot of nectar. And we got comb on the bottom here. Get the bees out of the way off of it. And scrape that off. Okay. And then the back side is what's crazy. I got some thick pieces here that I'm going to smush down. This big piece here and this small piece here, and I'm going to scrape this off the sides. Try to keep it on the frame. Now, squish it down. Make them start over. And what's sad is they were fixing to start capping this, so it's getting to be honey time. So thick. So thick. Bee out of it. Okay. Bee out of it. Alright, I think that'll help them out a little bit. And then maybe it won't be so bad when we come back to it later. Get that off the side right there. Okay. And then we'll slide that back in there. And it won't take them long. I know I made a mess of it spilling it, but it won't take them long to clean that up. They'll have it off of the frames and back in a cell, lickety split. Because that's what they do. That's their job. Just to store the honey, store the nectar. Alright, 2 more frames, and these 2 are stuck together as well. So continuing to do just what I did on the other ones, I'm going to scrape off what I can and smash the rest to where they'll just work it into the frame next time. Like they should. Oh, these 2 are stuck good. I don't want to use too much brute force because then the bees will get stirred up. I have to cut it and get it away from each other. Okay, let's see if that did anything. Yeah, that got it loose. Alright, so as you can see on this one, it's heavy as well. That's a lot of honey in one stuck spot. And same on this side. At least this side is capped. But it is kind of crazy as well. So I'm going to first do just like I was doing on the other 2. Try to get this off the bottom without causing too much of a ruckus. Scrape it off. handle on that so I don't drop them. Oop, that fell off in there, so I'll get that when I get into the bottom box. And the top. And I'm going to try to give this all back to them because they can use it right now. And I don't want to mess it up too much for them. But this that's capped, I'm going to leave it just like it is. This side, my box is just covered in nectar. All right, this side, I'm going to squish these down. Lay it on its side a little bit. Get these off of there. Get that one out from underneath it. Or scoop them up and get them out of the way. This kind of gives me a prelude of how I'm going to have to extract this honey because I don't have an extractor yet. So if I'm doing this, it's going to be a crush and strain method to start out with, which will be similar to what I'm doing right now. I'm just going to smush it and run it through a filter and get the honey out. But for right now, this is going to go back in here, and it's a ton of nectar being poured out of this frame. So I'm hoping they'll get to work on it and get it cleaned up really quick. And then I got one more frame to do here, and then we can inspect the brood box real quick. Okay, thank goodness this one's lighter. It's a little bit easier to manipulate. Get these bees out of the way. And squish it down. I don't know if you can hear the activity in the box, but they are busy now. They're all over all those spills that I had. So they're working. They're going to get it cleaned up. This should be, I think. Yeah. Let's see if I can help her get out of that. Get out of there. Okay. All right, so I'm going to move this box off once I get it all back together. I got one frame out, so I got to push these back over and put that frame back in. And hopefully when we look at it again the next time, it won't be such a mess. And they will have drawn out the comb like they need to and store it properly. Let's see if I got any more smoke. No, I don't really want to use that anyway. I need to get the bees out of the way. I don't want to crush any because then they'll get all aggressive. I don't want to do that. Slowly push them together. I see bees in here with pollen on them, same as in the other hive that we looked at earlier this morning. It's that real red orange pollen. I'm not sure what that's from. I know we still got some tallow blooms that they're probably getting into. I'm not sure what color pollen regenerate. All right, now put this last frame back in. Okay. Push them to the middle. Just kind of put my thumb in on one side and push them together. Hopefully that's the right amount of bee space that they need. So now I'm going to try to slip this top box off. And there's honey just dripping down the sides of it. I'm going to need my tool to get this box off. I'm sure they've got it sealed shut. There we go. I'm going to have to go in and clean up my tools, my gloves. Everything's got honey, nectar all over it. Yeah, this box is heavy. And rightfully so. There was a lot of nectar in this box. A lot. Okay, now as you can see, here's the bottom side of that top box with all of its wonky comb. So I'm just going to kind of scrape it down real quick before we even take out any frames. Try to clean that up as best we can. I'm just putting it on the inner cover lid right now. Get it out of the way. And what I may do, I may just drop this back in and let them move it to where they want to. They got a mess here. You made this mess, and I didn't help y'all. I should have waxed the frames better. The way I waxed my frames, and I have a video on that, is I melted some beeswax that a fellow beekeeper gave to me. And I really appreciated it because I had none. Just starting out, you don't have it, so I had to get some. And I melted it and I put it on with a paintbrush, and I thought I got it covered really good doing it that way. But I have found now that most people use like a paint roller and roll it across the frame, or the big commercial guys have a wax dipping station where they dip everything in. I'm certainly not going to go that route, but maybe I can get some. I've got some more beeswax on order because I do have frames that I haven't even tried to use yet. But they have no wax on them other than what came, when I purchased them. I did get them purchased double waxed, but that obviously wasn't enough because the bees only built where you can physically see the wax on the frame. All right, I'm having time getting this one out. It is in there good. A lot of bees in this colony. A lot of bees. Get them out of the way. Okay. There we go. All right, this is one of the new frames that I waxed, and as you can see, they always pick a spot and they just start in it, start building on it. This one has some nectar stored in it and some of that orange pollen. This side, which was on the outside wall, just has a little bit of wax there where they've just begun. So this one's similar to the one in the other hive on the outside wall. It's just barely getting going. So let me set this one down here, bring it up against the box. All right, frame number 2 has, let's see. Let's see what we got here. It's a heavy frame. I can tell right now it's going to have some stored honey, some capped honey, because it's a lot heavier. Just by moving it over, I can feel the weight of it. Yeah, this one is a beautiful frame of honey. I would love to be able to extract this and taste it, because I've been anxious to taste it. So it's a lot of capped honey, a lot of nectar stored, a lot of pollen stores, and it's heavy. It is very heavy. This side, they're just beginning to cap it. They still got comb to build out on this side, but they're getting it. This is just beautiful though. This side is just beautiful. Let's see if I can get this back in here without squishing any. All right, and then the next hive, frame number 3. Get them off out of the way. Put my fingers. I'm trying to get my index finger and my thumb on the frame handle so I can pull it straight up, but they're just all over it. They are just all over it. All right. Yep, another heavy frame. So this one's probably even going to have even more capped honey. Yep. Okay. This is a gorgeous frame. This actually has some brood on it. So we're frame number 3, and we have a circle of brood. That's the darker brown. And then the honey is the capped white that you see. On the bottom of the frame, same thing. We got brood, nectar, pollen, and honey. So I'm going to stop for just a second and look at this frame a little closer, because I want to see if I see any eggs. Not a whole lot of open space, but the ones that are open either has nectar, pollen, or larva in it. So that is a beautiful frame. And I've got some stuff here on the bottom. We'll see if hopefully that's not any kind of swarm cell. I don't think it is. I think it's just comb. It's just comb. They're just building it everywhere. They are literally just building everywhere. Take that off. That off the bottom. Okay. So yeah. Let me see if I can get this one back in there. They're all over the place. They are just all over the place. Okay. All right, now we're into frame number 4. Let's see. Move over. Out of the way so I can pick it up. I got so many buzzing around me, it's crazy. It is so hot today, y'all. It is When I was out here earlier, it was 91. When I went in to cool off, the temp jumped up to 95. When I came back out, it was 93, so it's still stinking hot. Alright, this one has a good amount of open cells with nectar, pollen, brood, cap honey. I can get a good look at the cells. I'm thinking this might have eggs in it. Just the way it's looking. The other side, I see larvae. I see pollen, nectar, honey, capped brood, capped honey. Different stages of larvae. It's possible that there's eggs on this frame, but the light is behind me and I can't really see it, but I did see a hive beetle, so I'm going to try to get rid of that real quick. I don't know where it went. I don't like to see them. I don't know where he went. I don't want to keep this frame out too long. So I'm going to put this back. Alright, now frame number 5. So many bees. So many bees. They're after my head. And I really am confident of this bee seed. It's one of the better ones, and of course I had to get pink for Lakin and Everly. They like the pink. All about the girl stuff. This one. And it's a lot of, you see a lot of pollen, a lot of larvae, capped brood, capped honey. It's just the same as every other frame so far. I haven't spotted my queen. She's probably here in this chaos somewhere. Same thing on the other side. It's just another brood frame with resources around it. It's starting to melt here, y'all. The nectar and me. And this one is the same thing. I have a good pattern of brood. Bring this one around and show you. There's a lot of resources around it, and pollen, bee bread, capped honey. This is the queen. This side has a bunch of bees. Another good frame of capped brood. Where she's doesn't have brood, it's got nectar. Yeah, good frame of this one back in. Next frame. It's up enough to put my fingers on it and get a good grip. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out some different gloves because these are just too thick, but I feel secure in them. I feel like they would protect me well, but you just don't have the dexterity to get in there and look like you need to look. A lot of bees on the bottom festooning. Y'all see that? This side is brood, bee bread, nectar, stored honey. At first glance, no queen that I see. Another good frame of plenty of nectar on this frame. Capped brood, larvae of different stages. I do see some things on the bottom that I'm curious about. Real quick. Is it just comb? Right, we got a queen cell. Several swarm cells. So we're going to put them or not. So let me just get rid of those real quick. Just gonna see what we do with that. Normally, when they're on the bottom, I've read that that's considered a swarm cell. So this colony may need some more room, and I will give them some more room. But I want to get my frames waxed really good before I do that, so we don't have crazy combs. It's back in there. Okay. It's this one back. All right, so now we're down to frame number 8. It's kind of stuck together with frame number 9. But stuck bad, but did have a little bit right there on the top. So I just run my Hive tool across the top and get everything out of the way. Alright, this one's going to be a little bit lighter, so I may just want to I do see a lot of bees. I see more nectar. A little bit of capped brood. It's kind of strange. This one has the capped brood at the bottom. Honey's at the top instead of in the middle. The nectar is in the middle, unless that's eggs. And it very well could be. Very well. Same thing with this one. They're putting the brood on the bottom. Yeah, I think they're getting a little bit aggressive now. I can smell their pheromones. cranking up. So we're going to try to wrap this up pretty quick. I may not even pull the other 2 frames out. I may just kind of pull them apart and make sure I don't have any foam sticking them together. Yeah, this one's heavy with resources. So let's scrape that off the top. And get them from being so close together. I see a lot of that yellow-orange pollen too on top of this frame. It must have fell out of the top box when I was pulling them out. Yeah, this one's got a lot of honey. Frame number 10, let me just see. I just want to glance to see if they're starting to build. And they are. So they're working on every one of these frames, which is great. They have exploded. This colony has gotten so many more bees than the other. Alright, let's see if I can get all this pushed back together. I'll have to walk around the yard to get the bees off of me. Before I go inside, or rather I'll be taking them in with me. They are over me. They are all over me. Push these together. I hate that we haven't seen the queen in the last couple of inspections, but I do see good evidence of her, so I'm okay with that. Very, very anxious to get some honey and taste. Like I said, my entire family is asking, when can we taste the honey? When can we get some honey? And I would love to be able to share with them. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna have to get my bee brush out because I gotta get these bees into the hive if possible. Got a lot of nectar dripping on the side of the hive, and that's what they're after. Oh, let me see if I can get my smoke going. Nope. Not enough. Alright, that's it. Alright, I'm just going to have to close it up, so I'm hoping I don't squish too many. I know some are going to get smushed, and I don't mean to. Just get them off the edge. That would be good. Alright, let me see if I can do this real quick. Oh, this box is heavy. Heavy. I'm sure I got some. There was no way to avoid getting any on that one, and I forgot to put the snooper sheet in. I'll put it on top. I'll just put it on the top. it is interesting to see how many more bees this colony has than the other one that I have. They were purchased at the same time from the same place. I don't know why. I don't know if he just didn't put as many bees in that other one or what the deal was, but it just doesn't have as many, and it's been a weakling hive for most of the time that I've had it. We did have to boost it up with feed, which is fine. No problem there. If it'll help them out, I'm all for it. And it did help them out. It got them to where they had enough energy to create wax to draw out those combs that I put in there for them. And they seem to be doing a little bit better job at it than the stronger hive. At least they're building it on the comb in a fashion that you can use it and not this crazy wonky comb that they call it. Alright, now I'm going to put the telescoping lid on. Try not to squish any bees if I can get them out of the way. Usually if you just kind of hover over it or whatever, they see that it's coming down and they move and get out of the way. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they like to be ornery and stay in the way. So there you have it. That is hive number 2. And there is honey dripped all over the outside of the box. There's bees on the outside of the box cleaning it up. And I'm hoping they'll get it all cleaned up soon. I'm going to go in and cool off once more because, like I said, it's 90-something degrees out here on June 7th, Saturday. It's late in the day, actually, and it's still 90-something degrees, which is crazy. But that's how it is in South Mississippi. I hope you enjoyed watching me fumble through these hives, and I hope it's as interesting to you as it is to me. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification button so you'll be notified when new videos come out. I try to do one. If it's nothing but just watching the bees go in and out of the box in the afternoon, I'll try to put some on pretty often during the week. But I could just sit out here and watch them all day. It's just fascinating to me. So anyway, like I said, I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. This is what they look like later on, hanging out on the outside of the box. This was late at night. This was after 8 p.m. and they were hanging out on the box. And it took them most of the night, I think, to probably get back in. So they were very hot, very bothered, aggravated that I got in on them and messed around with their combs and dripped honey all over them, but they eventually moved back in the boxes and settled down.